Hello dear students. For class 9 English paper 2, this is a book prescribed by the ICSE syllabus. Treasure Trove, a collection of ICSE poems and short stories prescribed for classes 9 and 10. So in class 9, you have to learn the first 5 poems, that is till the 5th poem, Television, from the poetry section, and the first 5 short stories from the short stories section. So today we will learn the first poem, that is The Heart of the Tree. So before learning the poem, let us discuss about the poet. Henry Cuyler Bunner was an American novelist, journalist and poet who has written feelingly about the benefits of planting a tree. His poem describes the innumerable benefits of trees and the shade and shelter they bring to all life. He claims that people who plant trees plan for a future and for people they do not know. On another level, planting a tree is a symbolic act of goodness, one from which many other acts of goodness will sprout. Although written over a century ago, the poem is very relevant in an age where rapid and reckless development and urbanization are taking their toll on the environment. So, I believe you understood the meaning. Just rapid means very fast and reckless means very careless. Doing something without thinking about what will happen in the future. So that is mean reckless means very careless, without thinking about the future, without thinking about the consequences that may occur in the future. So urbanization means turning villages into cities, and taking their toll means having adverse effects on the environment. Now moving on to the poem we have to learn is The Heart of the Tree. So let us analyze the title, The Heart of the Tree. So, a title of a poem conveys the most important subject matter or the main message of the poem in very few words. Therefore, the title has so much importance. So, let us try to analyze the title of this poem, that is The Heart of the Tree. We all know that heart is one of the most important organs in a human body. It pumps blood which carries all the vital materials and nutrients. The blood is able to transport oxygen from one part of the body to another only when the heart pumps it. If the heart doesn't function properly, then our life is in great danger. We should have a healthy heart for a safe life. Likewise, a tree absorbs carbon dioxide and gives out oxygen that we inhale to sustain our life. We also know that a tree gives us food and other things. In this way, like the heart of a human body, the poem may also be telling the important qualities of a tree. To get a clearer understanding, let us analyze the poem. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants a friend of sun and sky. He plants a flag of breezes free, the shaft of beauty towering high. He plants a home to heaven and I, for song and mother crown of bird in hushed and happy twilight heart, the treble of heaven's harmony. These things he plants who plants a tree. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants cool shade and tender rain, and seed and bud of days to be, and years that fade and flush again. He plants the glory of the plain. He plants the forest heritage, the harvest of a coming age, the joy that unborn eyes shall see. These things he plants who plants a tree. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants in sap and leaf and wood, a love of home and loyalty, and far cast thought of civic good. His blessings on the neighborhood, who in the whole of his hand holds all the growth of all of land. A nation's growth from sea to sea stirs in his heart who plants a tree. When we analyze a poem, it is important to know who is speaking in the poem. It may be the poet himself or a character invented by the poet. The character may be a part of the poem or a third person who is not a part of the poem. Then we have to know to whom the poet is speaking. He may be speaking to another character in the poem or a character who is not present or is dead, or to the reader. In this poem, no specific character is mentioned as a speaker. Therefore, it is clear that the speaker in the poem is the poet himself. Likewise, there is no specific listener is mentioned, so therefore we can understand that the listener of the poem is the reader. Now you can see this is the opening stanza of the poem, and the first line of the stanza is a question asked by the poet to the reader. The question is, what does he plant who plants a tree? Now here he means the one who plants a tree, or any human being who plants a tree. Now he here means the man who plants a tree, plants, a friend of sun and sky. Now we also have friends. Now friends help each other. We share our happiness, we share our sadness with our friends. Likewise, the poet says the man who plants a plant plants a friend or son. So we have learned that the sunlight is needed by the plants to prepare its food. Without the help of sunlight, leaves cannot prepare their food. So in this way, we can say that tree is a friend of sun, because the sun helps the tree in preparing its food. Likewise, a tree is a friend of the sky. We know that when we plant a tree, it grows very tall and it appears like the tree has reached the sky. That is one meaning. And it is a friend of sky because the trees take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. And by this, the trees help in the purification of air. We know how important pure air. We have read in newspapers and all that so many people are suffering from many kinds of diseases just because of inhaling impure air, especially in cities. So fresh air, pure air is a very, very necessary thing, and the trees are helping in the purification of air. So that's why the poet says, he plants a friend of sun and sky. One more thing is there. Trees help in the formation of rain clouds. How? The leaves of the trees emit water vapor into the air, and this water vapor rises and reaches the sky and forms rain clouds, and this water vapor comes back to earth in the form of rain. So see, in this way, a tree is a friend of sun and sky. One is the sun helps the tree in preparing its food by the process known as photosynthesis, and also trees purify the atmosphere, the air, by inhaling carbon dioxide and exhaling oxygen. And also trees are responsible in the formation of rain clouds, and rain water is very, very necessary for agricultural purposes And also, if the trees have to grow properly, if it has to produce crops, rainwater is very, very necessary. Now, he plants the flag of breezes free. So we all might have seen, when there is breeze, when there is wind, flags flutter freely. Likewise, the tree is suggested as a flag of breezes because the leaves of the trees flutter freely in the breezes. And what is the result? This gives, or this produces, very soothing and cool air that also makes our body very cool. And how comfortable we feel after getting cool air, especially in the hot summer season, right? So, like the flag flutters in the breeze, the leaves of the trees flutter freely in the breeze. That gives us cool, soothing breeze. The shaft of beauty towering high. Now the tree is very beautiful in appearance. The shaft of beauty. Shaft means any kind of beam or wood or a long narrow stem, a pole. So the tree is very beautiful, towering high. So towering high means it grows very tall, like a tower. The tree is very tall. It grows as tall as a tower, and it is very beautiful. It has aesthetic value. It gives us aesthetic pleasure. Okay, beauty gives us pleasure, so it makes us happy. He plants a home to heaven and I. So when the trees grow very tall, it seems like they have made a home near to, and I means near to or close to the sky. So heaven here means sky, or you can say the home of God. So it seems like, or it appears like the tree has made a home near to the sky. Why it is said so? Because the tree is very tall. It grows very tall, and when we look from the earth, we see that it has grown near to the sky. So that it is said, it appears that it has made a home near to the sky. For song and mother croon of bird. Now we know that birds make their nests on tree tops. Why? Because it can make a home away from its enemies, away from all dangers. And you know that trees are very strong things. When it rains or when there is storm, the tree, especially a very strong tree, remains safe. So the birds who make nest on the tree tops are very safe. Usually birds make nest to lay eggs. So here croon means the soft voice, the very gentle and soft voice, especially when the mothers sing to the young ones. They sing in soft, gentle voice. So that gives a peaceful and calm atmosphere. So here the mother croon of bird means a song, the very soft song sung by the mother bird to her young ones. So the man who plants a tree plans for a mother bird to sing to her young ones at what time? In hushed and happy twilight hour. So she is singing the song in the twilight. So which time is it? Twilight. So twilight is at the end of a day, after the sun goes down. So there will be a faint, or there will be a dim light in the sky after the sun goes down. So it is a time just before night. It is a time before when the sky becomes completely dark. So what is the peculiarity of that time? So that time is very calm and very silent. The nature is completely silent. There is so much silence and there is peace associated with that silence. So the mother bird is singing to her young ones, to her little ones during this time of the day. So in hushed means silenced and calmed time. So twilight is very calm, very silent, and the mother bird is very happy to sing to her young ones because the young ones are very safe in their nest, because the mother bird has made the nest on the tree top, and you know that trees are very strong. It can prevent or it can defend itself from storm. It can defend itself from heavy rainfall. So if birds make nest on the tree tops, then the nest will also be safe, and the young ones and the little young birds will also be very safe. So mother bird is very happy seeing her children very safe and comfortable. So she is singing a song to her young ones, and this song is heard by us too when in the twilight. The treble of heaven's harmony. So treble means that's high pitched tone, that voice of high frequency. An example for a high frequency voice is the voice of the flute. Okay, the music of the flute. So here the bird has a treble voice. It has a high pitched tone of heaven's harmony. So harmony means the way in which different musical notes are played or sung together and combined to make a pleasant sound. So there is harmony in the nature. There is unity. There is unity in the nature, and it gives a pleasant sound. Okay. So heaven's harmony means there is a unity in the universe. So what happens is the song of the bird, or the treble, the high pitched tone of the bird, adds to the heaven's harmony, or adds to the harmony in the universe. It adds the pleasant harmony of the universe. So there is already a peaceful atmosphere, there is a very happy atmosphere, and the bird's song adds to that heaven's harmony in the universe. These things he plants, so plants a tree. So these are the benefits associated with planting a tree. Okay.